So come on, let's head on to the day 8th of this course with the rectification of intention and with the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Let's continue, dear sisters and brothers. Can you all give me a quick recap on whatever we had dealt with on day 7th of this course? One, please type in. What did we learn on 7th day of this course? That was on the last Saturday, Alhamdulillah. We had one day off on the Sunday, dear sisters and brothers. Do you all remember? Did you all cover up the portions that you had missed up with? Yes? Did you all cover the portions that you had missed up? Okay, Alhamdulillah. Yes, excellent, Muhammad Imad. We had learned about mockups. Yes, we had learned about the mockups. We had started off with creating the social media graphics under which we had started creating with the codes, the mockups, something like these. Beautiful mockups were created, right? So, Alhamdulillah. Did you all try the thing? Already told you, you are not a good graphic designer unless you learn something called as mockups, how to create mockups. And this application in hand, the Canva application in hand, gives you the various ways through which you can develop your own beautiful mockups. Okay, so mockups was studied, and alhamdulillah, we had created the flyers in different formats. Do you all remember quotes, Islamic quotes in different ways? We had started, I had told you how to mind map your stories, how you're going to put up your stories beautifully, differently, more creatively, how to tell your stories in different ways, right? So when a quotes comes to your mind or something like that, what do you have to do with it? You have to mind map the quote, right? For example, like this, okay? You have to mind map the quotes and put it up inside the what we say, whatever way you want to project it, and so that your viewers will look at it and are awestruck at it, right? Alhamdulillah. So these are some of the things that we had learned in yesterday's session, like how to create your own markup, and some of it. Okay, these were the things that we had designed together, right? You all remember doing this? Yeah, beautifully we had created all of these stuffs, right? So see here, subhanallah, all of this looks so well to do. And dear sisters and brothers, spend some of your times to just create pro graphics, okay? Do not settle down for a content that you do not like. Make sure that you are loving the content that you're creating, okay? Love the content. Like whatever you create, you must be satisfied with it. Remember that. Do not settle down for a content that is of low grade, okay? Remember that. So you have a pro application in hand, create the pro graphics. Remember that, fine? So see here how beautifully you could create everything, right? Everything in different ways, different things, right? How to add the logos, how to add even the what we say. It was all discussed, right? How to add the social media icons along with your website links or whatever, inshallah. So all of these were discussed in yesterday's class and in the Saturday's class, and you all have sent your homeworks very well. Barakallahu fiki. And today's session, dear sisters and brothers, would be something like you're going to start ahead to create service flyers. Okay, what is the topic? I already shared it in the WhatsApp group. You're going to learn everything about the service flyers. For example, you are skilled at something. For example, you have skills, or your someone in your family or friends have a skill, and they want to project it to their audience or something like that, and they want to design their own courses. Then how are you going to make a beautiful flyer for them? We're going to discuss that today, inshallah. Course flyer, then tutoring flyer, webinar flyer, service flyer, and above all, under the service flyer, we are going to see graphic designing service flyer. Okay, how we are going to create your own graphic designing service flyer. This would be your first step towards giving the service. Okay, first step, creating your own flyers. Remember that you're going to create your own flyers for yourself, through which you are going to provide service to your client, inshallah. So today's class is important. Please make sure that you all are following the things in hand, inshallah. So let's begin. Bismillah. Come on, type in. Be ready with the two devices, inshallah. Are you all ready? Come on, type in. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Yes. Usually, when you think of a flyer or the course flyer or the posters or whatever, dear sisters and brothers, we usually take the flyer ratio. Okay, flyer ratio. So, what you are going to do? Click on the create design and select search for a flyer kind of what we say a ratio, aspect ratio or the dimension. You can even select something like poster kind of, okay? Poster or flyer, two in one. Hopefully you have seen that, right? Is there a sound interruption? Yes? Am I not audible to you all? Okay, just a moment. Yes. Can you all? Am I audible? Okay. Can you all let me know whether it's fine by now? Just fix my microphone. Bismillah. Okay. Alhamdulillah. So is it fine now? Alhamdulillah. So let's begin. Okay, you're going to start to create a design with the poster ratio or the poster ratio or the flyer ratio. Fine. Just go ahead with whatever you find excellent with. Fine. So we usually have it in the A4 format. So we usually select the flyer ratio. Okay, whenever you generate the flyers, it would go well on the WhatsApp statuses, WhatsApp stories, Instagram stories, and so that you can now generate your course flyers or your webinar flyers or something like that. So we'll just go ahead with the flyer A4 21 cross 29 ratio. Okay. Okay. Alhamdulillah. So let's begin. Okay, come on, start off. Start with clicking on the create design. Done. Okay, we are in hand with Canva creators page, wherein we will just editors page, wherein we are just going to start to create the steps very beautifully, inshallah. So the very first thing, the topic of today's session, I told you, course flyer you're going to generate, any courses. So we'll just have, let's begin with the flyer for EDU-SITE itself. That would be better, fine. So where is our flyer for the EDU-SITE? I'll show you, the design like a pro course, inshallah. Let's see, where is it? Inshallah, we'll just create a mock-up of it, and let me just show you that it's quite easy to create that stuff as well. Okay, usually when we share the course flyer for the design like a pro, usually what our students ask is whether will we be able to create this course flyer by ourselves. Yes, dear sisters and brothers, it's quite easy to create all the stuff. These two are the course flyers that were shared to you, right? Yes, so these two were the flyers. Okay, I think, yeah. Okay, like this and this. No. These two are the course flyers. Now, do you think that this is easy? Yes, right? This is quite easy to create. There's nothing so special about these things, right? By now you would have felt like I can create more better than this, right? Because now you already have learned to design your sisters and brothers. There's nothing special in these. You can just create it very easily, very beautifully. More beautiful than that you can create, okay? We didn't actually spend much of our time creating this. We just wanted one flyer. We just generated it. That's all. If we wanted to improvise it, we could have improvised it very better way than this, right? So this is just a copy of how you can create your flyers very easily, inshallah ta'ala. So let's begin. So there's some beautiful background behind. Okay, come on, let's see how you will create a mock-up of the same, inshallah. If you want, you can just generate the same mock-up, or you can just have a beautiful new ones, inshallah. Okay, so we'll just generate the same thing. One beautiful background is at the background. It is usually black background. Probably the background that I selected is not here in the Canva. So we can just go ahead with something that is here. Fine. Let me just select this background. Fine. This background, black background. And then there is a textual content that is added there, here and there. Okay. Over here we have a textual content designed like a pro. It's simple textual content designed like A is written, pro is written in a bigger manner, bigger fashion. That's all. And then this one, the label, the very first one, EDU-SITE and the round. How is it added up, dear sisters and brothers? With the frame. Remember that. We usually add it with a frame. I told you, usually our photos will be in the square format. So we make use of what frame? Round frames if we want. Frames are important. Go ahead. Come on, do it along with me. It's quite easy to do it, right? Okay, this round frame is taken. I'll just put it up. Probably in your brand kit, you have the EDU-SITE logo somewhere here. You can take the black one if you wish to see something. The square one to the round shape. Again, this way. Now, if you want to even add the, what we say, the circular pattern for this, for example, just a moment. If you want to add the rounding to this, corner rounding to this, borders to this, you can even add the borders, 1 pt or 2 pt. 1 pt is fine. You can even change the colors to that bordering, white color. Did you just do this along with me? If you want it in black fashion, you can do it in black or the white, something like this, okay? It looks classy, whichever way you want to try. Then the textual content, everything is textual. We'll just add a text box instead. Instead of working on the things that are there, I'll just add a text box instead. EDU-SITE, then it is written presents, okay? Then I'll duplicate this. Then it is something like design like a pro. So what did I do there was I added design like and make sure you're adding the beautiful fonts to cover up the what we say to make sure that you're having a beautiful typography there. Design like a pro. Come on, do this along with me. You'll find at least creating one for yourself. Instead of this, you create if you want to create it for your own courses or for someone or something, you can add those things instead of this. Okay. Then make sure you're adding the beautiful fontings. I'll just add this one for now. Design like a pro. Okay. How to know what font is being used is nothing but you have to grab this text and see. Okay. Usually some of the students have been asking me what font is used here, what font is used there. Please make sure that whenever you want to know this font that is here, you have something called as edit. Hopefully you remember that and grab the text, right? You can grab whichever text you want and know which font is used there. Okay. That is the way that you can cover up to know how it's here. You can just grab this design like a pro text, grab it here, and then you can just get in hand what kind of text is being used there, font is being used there. Okay. Okay, inshallah. So see here, it has been grabbed. I think it has not given us the proper one. Okay, it has given me the Amstrad font of the EDU-SITE. Okay, EDU-SITE was the Amstrad font written, so it has given me that. If you wish to, you can just cover it up using the just simple design like a pro. Fine, you can just grab the design like a pro and then you can go ahead. So the next thing. Okay, the next thing there's multiple colors were used there. One is this one. So what did I do over there is white I kept as a base. I just duplicated this. I placed it above it. Okay, something like this, and I just increased a bit of font size, 58 to 59. Okay, something like this, and placed above it. Okay, then I just changed the colors to something like orangish, like this. Okay, it's not totally like this. I think we have to further reduce this color, something like this. Okay, so then placed it again like this, a bit of font increase, and then okay. You can even try using the go ahead with the apps and please try using something called as what is it called as type. Yes, type lettering, type casting. All of the things are very helpful, dear sisters and brothers. Go ahead with the apps and go and see all of those type applications. You have at least how many are applications for the type, just look here. At least eight applications you have. Type extrude. Just look into the type extrude, wherein you will get the shadows. Type card, type gradient, type cutout, type lettering, type graph. We don't have much time to discuss all of this, so we'll just go ahead at the last class. Okay, we'll take one extra class wherein we are going to learn about all of the applications, inshallah, important applications only. But remember, you have to go through these things. Type, okay, type extrude is excellent. You can even try this font and you can create something beautiful. Fine. So alhamdulillah. Then what else? Then something like this, and another text was written over there. Okay, all of these one-liners and or this is called as one-liners. Learn how to earn through a designing. Okay, these are the one-liners. You will get all of these in the chat GPT. Just go ahead and try it on the chat GPT. Design a flyer for me with graphic designing course in hand. Then you will get the one-liners and you can just grab those things. If your client doesn't gives you these things, what are you going to learn? All of these stuffs, you will get it on the chat GPT. Hopefully, you all know how to use the chat GPT, right? Because it's a quite what we say quite easy to use nowadays because everything whatever you do is being done through that, right? So alhamdulillah. So now, dear sisters and brothers, okay, let's go ahead. Fine. Then type extrude and more you have to learn. And then, dear sisters and brothers, we are just going to go ahead and try. Okay, the labels are major here. Nothing more, nothing important is here. You can just go ahead and take the labels. How are you going to take the labels? Go ahead and type labels there. Label, label. Fine. In the labels, you have it all. Any labels you can grab and you can create something like that. Or for example, this white label I have grabbed, if you want, you can change the colors of this label to something like, we want dual colors, right? So we'll just change it into the settings. Okay, for this label, there is no gradient, but you can go ahead with the shapes. Okay, you can create your own label using the shape. Shapes, okay. Go ahead with the shapes and then take your own shapes, create your own shape like how we create from the shape. Okay, in the shape, you can just go ahead and create something like this. Okay, for this shape, you can add it like this. And for these shapes, you can change it into the gradient colors. Okay, gradient colors, two colors you can apply. So this way you can apply two colors. Usually labels, for labels, you won't be able to apply two colors. So this will be helpful. So these are the dual colors that I applied. One is yellow and another is orangish. So you can select orangish as well as yellowish. So we'll just go ahead with the gradient for this. This be yellow. Okay, something like this was used. Something like this. It's a darker yellow thing. So let me just maintain it something like this. Okay. Colors you can decide it later based on the things that you're using. See here, it is actually not matching with it, right? Orange should be taken instead of this. Okay. So make sure you're assigning it well, because once it's used, we cannot get it back in hand. But we have to make sure that we are doing the same. If you want to pick the colors from here, you can color pick it. That's all. You can pick up the colors. You can just go ahead and pick the colors. That's very easy to use. Instead of this, there's something like yellowish and reddish. You can go ahead and do it in different ways. Fine, no worries. This is going brownish. Let it be a bit yellowish. Okay, something like this way you can make use of the labels with dual colors. Fine. Okay, one label you can just put it up here, and also the borders. What are being used here on the top left and top bottom right is nothing but borders, golden border. You can just write borders and see borders. Fine. Go ahead with the borders and see if you have some golden kind of border. Come on, try these things. Okay, it's over here itself. No worries. You can use this. You know how to flip this? You can rotate it like this. Okay, you can rotate it like this and flip it over. Flip horizontal. Okay, if you want to place it on the top left, done. And then duplicate it. We want it at the bottom. So we'll just keep it here. Flip horizontal, flip vertical. Okay, something like this. Okay, this is how you generate the things over. That's all. Okay. Now, if you want to color pick the golden color from this, what we say from this design, you can even color pick it. Hopefully, you know how to color pick it. Color, go ahead with the color picking. We also call it as a eyedropper. How we are just going to drop this eye on this golden color. Okay. Make sure you're perfectly aligning it so that you're getting it right. Okay, it's here. Be slow, because you know when this color picker is used, you have to select elsewhere to get it in hand. Okay, something like this you can select to make sure the colors are properly aligned. Okay, something like this. Okay, you can just drop it here and you can select the using the color picker. Fine. Okay, what do you want me to do again, Muhammad Iman? Bordering is quite easy. You just can select any borders. This is the border that is here. There's something called as flip tool. Flip horizontal, flip vertical. These things will help you. Fine, you can just go ahead and click on the borders and place it wherever you wish to. Okay. Again, you can just duplicate the stuff. You can add it wherever you wish to. Flip horizontal, flip vertical. Okay, this way if you want, you can add it. Fine. So the rest of the things, these are the labels. Okay, these are the labels that you can select. Labels is done using the shape. You can go ahead with the labels, but single color labels you can get. But if you draw it with the shapes, using the shapes, you will get dual colored labels. Okay, dual color. You can even change it into the gradients. Now, how to use this? We can just duplicate it. What you will learn, you can just duplicate and place it here. Okay, then I can just place some other stuff, what you'll learn. Software used, what else, who can join. Okay, you can place it like this. These labels are self-generated, right? Self-generated labels. This is called as shapes, right? Hopefully you know this. Shape. You can even change the gradient, what we say look also. Probably you know how to change the gradient look. Style of this gradient you can change. Over here on the gradient tab, there is a styles. You can change something like this if you wish to, in this way, in whatever ways you want, fine. So these are the labels that you're generating. Okay, the durations, you can just duplicate those stuffs itself. Now place it whatever, wherever you wish to, fine. This way, then everything is textual content. It's all the textual content. Utilize the textual content from the ChatGPT. Take help from your client itself. Your clients will give you what stuff you have to prepare for them, what course flyer, which kind of course that they want to generate, what are they good at, or something like that. You have to make sure that you're doing it well aligned with their needs, right? So that their flyer that you're generating will serve the purpose, right? What is the purpose of this flyer? That you have to make sure that they get the proper views of it and they get the proper clients from it, right? Yes, proper client generation should be done from that and those things, okay, those stuff. Fine. Then what else is used here, dear sisters and brothers? Starting on, this is the power button that is used here. This button is called as power button, and then intensive course. Then this is the live Zoom link, time and date if you want to wish. If you just write Zoom, you'll get that. Okay, and then everything is what we say textual content. I'm not going ahead with the textual content. Remember that, because when you go and sit back and create the textual content, you just have to spend so much of time with that, right? So the next thing, oh, these are the bulletins. How to use the bulletins? Very easy to use the bulletins. You can just type bullets here. You will get beautiful bulletins, bullet points. Okay, make sure whatever you're writing should go ahead beautifully. I mean, the textual content, whatever you are selecting, dear sisters and brothers, must be what? Having the proper spelling, right? Okay, now we can just write it here, something like this. Okay, we can just write it white colors. Okay, now when you duplicate this and place it once, remember, once you have given a spacing like this, 2.4 spacing and perfectly aligned. Now whenever you duplicate this, look here, it is giving you the proper outcome. Okay, hopefully you have understood. This way you can just duplicate the bulletins and write these things stuffs, right? Okay, what more? Everything is very simple now. Social media graphics in the format of IG, for Instagram, Facebook, in the format of the JPG. You can select that JPG thing from the elements. Everything you have in the elements. Okay, you can just grab it up and put it here and there. Find contactors. All of these things are all textually. This is all the textual content that your client will provide. So this is one of the course flyers that I wanted to create for you. And one is the QR code generation. QR code, how to generate those QR codes. I'll show you inshallah in upcoming sessions. Okay, 1 or 2 class, inshallah. After 1 or 2 class, you will get to know how to generate the QR codes, inshallah. We'll see the next design now, how to create this design. This is quite simply made. It's quite simply made. So this is one stuff. Hopefully you have done this together with me. New page, and there is something like purplish, I mean bluish black background. You can even select bluish black or blue black. You can just write blue black background, black and blue background. Okay, select something that is good. I just wanted to create that mockup, so I'm selecting the same thing. That's all. Nothing like you have to select that itself, right? So, and this way you can just create your own. Okay, let me select this one. Okay, align to the page. What were you going to do? How to replace it as a background? Set image as background. Remember that. Yesterday, some of the students had sent me the flyers. They just added it somewhere, something like this on the frame, and they didn't add it as a background. Remember how to set it as a background. Click on the three dot button, set image as background. And this way you have to make sure you're aligning the stuff. Okay, then same things around. This was added, what we say, the logo was added, EDU-SITE presence, design like a pro. For the design like a pro, what did we have? We added a beautiful simple texting, nothing major. Okay, I'll just take this one itself, ungroup it up. And instead of this, I'll write design like a. Come on, you all have to create this together with me. make sure you're creating this so that you will actually have experience on hand, yes, sisters and brothers, when you create this along with me. Okay, you can create and give it to anyone whom you wish to, any clients, inshallah, after this, once you create this during the sessions. Okay, then there's something simple line added over there. Okay, what are those lines? There are so many lines here. You can just go ahead and select the shapes, dear sisters and brothers. In the shapes, you have the lines, simple lines. Okay, simple lines you can grab and you can add it in this way. Okay, we can just take this line. You know, the transparency is reduced over there. Transparency of this line is reduced over there, something like this. And then there's something like learn graphic design, transform ideas into stunning. This is a one-liner. I already told you you can use this one-liners using the chat GPT. You can just get in hand those one-liners. Fine. I've added a text box. You can just write whatever you wish to inside a text box, or we can just add it. Okay, one-liner somewhere here was added. Okay, make sure textual content is selected beautifully. Fine. No bolding up. Let it be smaller one. Okay. And then what is the major thing here, dear sisters and brothers? You have to align the things perfectly, right? Alignment should be perfect. And what more? Grouping of the things. I'll show you how to group the things now. Okay. So see here, transform ideas into stunning visuals. This is the first thing that was put up here. Okay. Transform ideas to visuals. Transform ideas to visuals. Okay, fine. This is fine. Okay, the next thing, skills that you learn. Let me put it up here. Skills that you learn. You learn. Okay. Then there are some bulletin points used, right? That you learn. Okay. After this, okay, you know, all of this is self-generated. We do not make use of, I already told you, we do not make use of the, what we say, templates. Majorly, we do not make use of the templates to create the stuffs because you being the graphic designers, you have your own talents in hand. You want to create it by yourselves, right? You want to try to create by yourselves. So I just want you all to make sure that you create the stuffs yourselves, dear sisters and brothers, inshallah. And then just look here, what am I trying to do now? I'll just add the duplicates over here. I can add the bulletins also. We have the bullets here. Okay, we can use these bullets that are here. Okay, first thing was something like, I'll add the left alignment. See, alignment, the left alignment was chosen here. Okay, you're going to learn photo editing, and next, what am I going to do? Enter button, video editing, then graphic designing. Okay, so come on, let me show you. Okay, this is one club. Okay, what I told you something about the proximity and something like that, right? You're grouping the stuffs together, right? So in this way, this was one group, skills that you'll learn. Let me change the font for this so that looks good. Let it be something different. Gmail Arabic. Okay, bolden it up. Okay, skills that you learn. For this, let me have a bit smaller one. Okay, how to group these two things? How to group these two things, dear sisters and brothers? We'll just click on it and click on three dot button and click on select multiple. Fine. This and this are selected multiply, and we'll just click on done. And there is something called as group. Okay, group. Or click on the three dot button and there is something called as group. This is grouped. Fine. This is one stuff that is grouped. Now the same thing, another stuff we are going to create. We just, what do we do? What we'll do once it is grouped, what we'll do, we'll just duplicate that entire thing. This duplication can be put up here. Skills, after skills is done, there's something like who can join. We'll just replace the skills that you learn to who can join. And this way you can replace the stuffs beautifully. Who can join? In this way. Fine. Okay. Then instead of this, you can just type whatever you wish to enter, enter, something like this. Okay. Did you like doing this? It's so simple. This is something called as aligning perfectly, giving the proper spacing, and see here, these shapes that you're maintaining. Okay. Something like that. There should be some repetitions in the design so that it looks so well to do. Then you can just add some shapes. There are the shapes that are used here. You know, you can go ahead with a square shape and convert it into the rounder one. Okay. So yeah, you can just do it like this and convert it into something roundish. A white shape was used over there. See, you can even convert it with a rounding. Okay, corner rounding you can give. See here, and also you can add some borders to it, white border or something grayish kind of border, so that it looks uplifted. I'll just show you with something grayish. Sorry, the color be white, and the border color be a bit grayish. Okay, so that it looks uplifted, lifted up. So something like this is added over here. Fine. You can even round up this corner further. How to round it? So corner rounding is here. Done. Corner rounding. Okay, this way you can round up the shapes. Rectangle shape, you can round it up in this way. Okay, so some stuffs are here, so beautifully arranged, done. And this is a markup, okay? This was the thing that usually students are. How was this created? Markup was added. How was the markup added? Tell me, dear sisters and brothers. Now this is your work. Tell me, how was that added? How was that markup added? Come on. Go ahead with something called as apps. Yes, mockups are very good, excellent. You can go ahead with the apps and write mockups there. You will get a mockup in hand. Fine. So even you can just search it on the elements as well. Okay. Whichever mockup you want. Smartphone mockup you want, you just can write smartphone mockup. Smartphone mockup. Okay. Whichever iPhone mockup is there, you have so many different this ones. Okay, you can just go ahead and add those mockups. Okay, make sure it is in the frames. Remember that. If you want to get it from here, get it from the frames, because you want to add your pictures inside it, right? But if you get it from the graphics, you won't be able to add the pictures. So once it is like this, you will be able to add it. So this smartphone markups and the frames is a bit different. If you want something like the tilted version of the same thing, then you can go ahead with something with the apps. In the apps, you have a mockup app. Mockup app is very excellent. That is something that you all can use it very excellently. You can just go ahead with mockup app. And here you have markups. Under markups, you can just go ahead and search for, yes, search for smartphone markups. Just simple smartphone markups are here. Tilted markups, you can take those and add it here. Okay, this one was the markup that I had added. Okay, this one is here. You can just place it, and whatever the designs you have put up. For example, if it was the previous design, let me go ahead with the gallery. I'll take the previous version of this course flyer and add it here. Okay, let me see. This one, add to the page, add it inside. Okay, did you all like this generation of the markups? Markups is very excellently done. I just want you all to do this together. It's so simply and excellently put up. Just see here. So see here, 2 course flyers are done within seconds. Now the textual content is remaining. That's all. You have made a base for this. The textual content, you can do it very easily. Fine. Okay. So now let's create something different now, inshallah. Some more things together. Inshallah. Be ready. Have you all done till here? At least one such flyer if you have generated, that's fine for this course. I mean, if you just have created any one out of it, that's fine. Not at least till the completion. Leave it after the class. You can do it after the session as well, dear sisters and brothers. Okay, do not worry. Okay. Anyone is done? You can type in inshallah. At least one. I mean, one such basal content. How to add the labels and all. If you have put it up excellently, then that's fine. Okay, this is one of the course flyer that we have generated. Okay, for example, if you want a tutoring flyer, if you are a mathematics tutor or something like that, if you are any kind of tutors, a Quran tutor or something like that, we'll just generate one such flyer for you, inshallah. Come on, do it together with me. This will be very helpful for you all. Okay, come on. We're going to start ahead with what is the, oh, okay, any topic in mind. Let me start ahead with a tutoring flyer. Okay, mathematics tutoring, I'm going to start ahead with. Okay, mathematics tutoring. So what is in mind now? What should be mind mapped now? You're going to go ahead with a mathematics kind of field. So you can just write something like math. Fine, maths, and see what will you get in hand. So we'll just go ahead and see with the photos first. Photos. Fine. Under the math photos, we want something like we need a space to write the things, right? We need the space to write the things. So what we'll do, we'll just take this one. Okay, we'll take this one and rotate it because we want a space to write the thing. Okay, whatever you want, you can grab it. But this came to my eyesight right just now, so we just grabbed it up. Whatever you want, you can write it. Okay, then we can just even give it a more mathematical touch with these things. Like all of these things, I can add somewhere the Pythagoras theorems, something like that. I can just put it a bit transparency be lowered, and the cubical things, the volume of the cube, something like this I can add, or I can add this entire stuff onto this. Yes, and decrease the transparency. All of this will be helpful for you once you want to create things, and you want to what is the thing that we are doing, dear sisters and brothers? We have to give it a feel, mathematic feel, that's all. Okay, so we can just even add these things, these steps, math somewhere here or there. Okay, make sure you're creating what we say beautiful what background, a beautiful scenario through which you can just draw into conclusion that the viewers should catch an eye when they see your flyer. Okay, created and beautifully. Fine. Let me add more stuffs to this. Somewhere here, it lessen transparency. You can add more to this, inshallah. If you want, you can just add more stuffs, and let me just start ahead with the heading. Okay, in the heading, same thing. You can just go ahead and take the help from the chat GPT and get your what we say, get your textual content in hand. I'll just write simple textual content. Do you need a math tutor? Need a math tutor? Thing like this. You can start ahead. Tutor. Okay. Contact us now or something like that. Or you can reduce this up. Make sure the fonts are changed. This doesn't look good. When you change the font and see, your this one, the textual content will have a good feel. Just see it, just with a change in the font, you can just generate a beautiful textual content. See how beautifully this looks. You can generate a good graphic with just change in the font. That's all. You need a math tutor. Okay, and what more stuffs you want? You can add contact us now to make the maths fun again, to make the maths easy again, make the math fun again. And then contact information should be added. Fun again. Okay, all the stuffs that you want, please make sure you're adding it, because we do not know what stuffs are required, because everything is with the skill. Whoever knows the skill, this skill of this one, designing, and also the what we say, the textual content required for the stuff, they need to do a quite research for that, right? Make the math fun again. You can add this stuff somewhere at the bottom. Make the math fun again. Then you can even add this one wherein you are writing the contact information. What we say, you can even add a label wherein you have to include the contact information of the mathematic tutor, right? Label. Under the label, you can write the tutor information, what is the studies, what is it, or something like that, right? Okay, make sure you are selecting the beautiful labels. Something like, okay, anything beautiful? Okay, you can even take this label. You can add this. Okay, add this stuff. Under that, you need to add the phone numbers. You have to add the phone number of the tutor. You have to add the WhatsApp account or somewhere. If they are into, you can add that. If they have already designed the classes somewhere and put up over there, you can even add the website to that. Or if it is just this much, you can add this much. And also a website, if there's any website, you can add the website and write the website names, right? Okay, website icons with the website name. Okay, this is just something simple that I have just asked you to create. Okay, that's nothing but you're adding the contact info and the textual content. That's all. Textual content, make sure textual content is very well put up, dear sisters and brothers. Textual content is very, very important to put up so well, inshallah ta'ala. Hopefully, you know how to assign the beautiful textual content by using the different labels. Okay, and then you can just write somewhere above here, contact me now. Contact me now. Contact us now if it is some organization that is hosting this mathematics tutor. And tutor information you need to give, and you need to give some of the features as well. So make sure you're adding all of this stuff. Okay, I just showed you how to mind map the thing so well and create your own beautiful flyers. Fine. So the next stuff. Come on, new design. Read it with me, inshallah. Okay. One more. Okay, if there's a Quran tutor and they want to create this stuff uh, regarding a course, Quranic tutoring flyer or something like that, or Tajweed course or something like that, or whatever Quranic courses, recitation course or something like that, we can go ahead with this stuff now. Come on, we'll just do this together with me. Come on. Okay. So what is the first thing? You're writing Quran here. Okay, Quran. Okay, because we want something like Quranic course. So we'll just take some photos, beautiful photo of the Quran. So, someone teaching the Quran, you can take someone with the steps, whatever you want. For example, let me see what goes well. What do I want with my design? I'll take this one, right? This Quran, I'll add it here. Okay. Then, okay, I want to make sure that there's something roundish so that it looks so classy with my content. So what I'll go do? I'll go ahead with the frames. Okay, hopefully you know how to make something round. You do not have any other option apart from going to the frames, right? Okay, go ahead with the frames. Add a beautiful frame. Okay, like this. I want it in the round. I want to place it above. So this is how I've placed it. Okay, did you like doing this? Come on, try doing this. You can even arrange this photo beautifully, something like this if you want to place. Okay, now to separate this above and below, you can even add some curves to this. Come on, try using this curve. Curve. Go ahead and take some beautiful curves. Okay, you can even change okay, this curve I'll take. I'll just make it look so much classier. Okay, so what I'll do, I'll just add it at the base like this. Okay, this looks good. A bit more classy, make it more classy, that's all. Give it a good classy look. Okay, done. Now, if this is from this side, I want to add it from this side as well. Okay. Do this along with me. You'll just love playing with these elements together with me. Play with the elements and make beautiful stuffs, fine? Nothing like you have to do it like this itself, but just this came to my mind, this way of doing it. I can just do it in this way as well. Okay, because the changing of the colors can be done later. Hopefully you know how to change the colors very beautifully, right? Okay, you can even make sure you're doing it so well, rotating and stuffs. You have to be very, what we say, very used to these things like rotating, how to rotate the stuff so beautifully, how to assign the steps in a different manner, something like that. Okay, and more. Right? Okay, this looks good. Now, the color, if you want here, you can go ahead, or just you can go on the text, take the text box. I can just add some beautiful things. Quran tutor, Quran tutor. Okay, spellings, remember, make sure you're adding perfect spellings to the design. Quran tutor. Okay, available or something like that if you want to write. And then services offered. This offered, not services. What else can you write instead of that? Features or something like that. All of the stuffs you have to write it together, right? Or you can just write services. Let me just write services itself. Quran teacher available. What the courses offered. Courses offered. Okay. And then you can even go ahead and write book your free demo now. Book your free demo now. Book your free demo now. Okay. Something like this you can write. And then you can even make sure to change the spellings. Yes, with this. I mean, the font styling must be changed to make sure that it looks good. It goes well with your textual content that you're book your free demo. You just have to write more steps, right? Make sure you're writing all of those. And then if you want to add more steps, like the curve is here, you can see in the curves what to be added. Okay, something like this footer, if you want to add at the base, you can add it like this. And at the base itself, you can add the, okay, what you have to add there? You have to add the contact information. Book your free demo now. I'll just write it here. Courses offered somewhere here. Make sure you're writing all the stuff that is required. You can even add. Colors are not yet perfect. Do not worry about the colors. Please do not worry about the colors. Colors can be changed within a moment using the color palette, right? Glacial and difference. Bold it up, and then let me just add some stuff here in the bullets. Any courses, 5 to 6 courses, bullet points. A course, B course, C course. Okay, book your free demo now. Okay, then we'll just go ahead and take some elements like contact, phone number. Recently, we'll just take this phone number and add it here. Or if you want to have the what we say, any location, get it on the location or something like that, then you can even add the location tab. All of the elements are present here in the format of the elements and the graphics, which is here. Okay, you can just grab it and put it here. Okay, if you don't like this footer, you can change this footer to something else. You have so many options of changing the footers. This is a footer, right? Hopefully you know that this is a footer, as already explained. This is a footer. You can change the footers. Now the coloring can be changed. Come on, let's go ahead and change the coloring. See here, this is not at all a complete design. Okay, not at all a complete design. Quran tutor available. Okay, we have not yet changed what we say. Not yet designed a beautiful fonting or what we say. We have not yet covered it all. So we'll just ungroup this. Quran tutor available. There should be another word there. Okay. It's not at all a complete this one, but we will just halt here because we want few more steps to be created together. Tutor available. Okay, let it be a bit smaller. Okay, this is called as typography, wherein you are just changing the fonts of one and another, placing another with another font or something like that. Okay, now the colors. Colors, you just going to go ahead with the designs, go to the styles. Make sure you're doing it so perfectly with the design. Go ahead and see how beautiful you can convert the design into the beautiful colorizing. You can just change it and make it more perfect with your colors that you select. Most probably the purplish feel can look good for this. You can go ahead with something like these stuffs because the image color, you can even, I told you how to change it to the image color palettes. Click on the three dot button, apply colors to the page. The color of the image also can be put up, right? So this is beautiful now. Color of the image can be put up. So how to put the color of the image? You can just write apply colors to the page. That's all will make you have a beautiful color. That's all. Fine. And this way you can create your own flyers. So on the next flyer. This is one course flyer done. Let me create one webinar flyer for you. Beautiful webinar flyer. Let's start off, inshallah. Any webinar flyer. So we'll just go ahead and webinar. Course flyer is done, webinar flyer. And then third topic would be the service flyer. Okay. Okay, webinar kind of flyer. We'll just take some steps that are required. So what I'll do, I'll take the photos of the webinar. So I'll take this photo. Fine. For this photo, you can even, okay. For this one, we added the two curves. Instead of curving, you can even round this thing up. You have something called as corner rounding here. In this way, you can round it up. Fine. Or else if you don't want to round this up in this way, you can even go ahead with the frames, round frame, and even generate it in different formats. Fine. So you can even put it inside the frame and then apply a coloring to this. Frame, round frame. You can do it very differently and different ways that you want. Fine. In this way, or you can add this somewhere on the right side and play with these things, with these stuffs around. Or you can even do it with some a different kind of views. Okay, something like this if you want to arrange webinar. Okay, let it be here itself. But make sure you're having a proper spacing to write the stuffs beautifully. Fine. To write all the contents beautifully. Make sure you're having the space webinar. And make sure it looks up well on the design. No, webinar. Okay, let it be like this. Now you can just add the border to this, a bit of border to this, border weight. And then for the border, you can add apply color. Let me apply the white color for now. Okay, in this way. And then the stuffs, whatever you want to write, you can write it. Fine. Okay, so I can just take the text, font combinations I'll take. because we want I'll take the very first itself. Okay, I'll write it here itself. Make sure you're ungrouping it. Okay, webinar on. Okay, let's begin. Webinar on. Okay, then you can write the topic of the webinar, designing something. Okay, so I'll write designing the flyers, designing the Islamic flyers, designing Islamic flyers. Okay, you can even put up the flyers here and there. Okay, for example, this one you place here, webinar on designing Islamic flyers. You can even put it in the single line like this. Okay, webinar on. You can put up this on this side, and Islamic flyers, whatever Islamic flyers you want to put up. Okay, what kind of flyers are you going to design? Something like this, something like this, something like this, something like this. Add to the page. Okay, all of these are added. Then take the frames. Go ahead and take the frames. Okay, something like this frame. Multiple frames. You even have the frames for the collax. Okay, you can take this frame and put this inside this. Okay, you can duplicate it. You can just add this inside this. You can duplicate it. You can add. Okay, you can add the third design, whatever you have done inside this. Something like this. So what did we do here actually? We projected our designs onto the frame. That like this, you will learn to design. Okay, something like in this way. It's all your creativity how you're going to put the pictures into hand. Webinar on designing the Islamic flyers. And who is hosting that? If you want, you can just go ahead with any photos of the designer or whoever is the graphic designer. You can even put up the photos. I will just see if we have some Muslima kind of stuff here. Muslima graphic. Let me just put this up here somewhere. We'll just take some textual content, dual textual content. Again, we'll just add it here. See how beautifully you can within seconds we are creating this, dear sisters and brothers. The course flyers that you generate for others, it will actually be very, what we say, very costly, and you can just charge any amount to just generate the course flyer. Within seconds we are doing this stuff. You can do this very beautifully, dear sisters and brothers. This is done. Okay, something like this. Or even if you want, you can add more stuffs to this. Where is this being held? What are the features of this webinar? You can even add, for example, if I want to add it as held on the Zoom, I can just write Zoom. And even I can write the Zoom code over there. And if I want to write more stuffs for that, like this is a free webinar that is being launched or something like that, you can even go ahead with that. Meeting ID, if I want to write, I can write it here along with the Zoom, something like that. And also we can even go ahead and write webinar. When is the timings? If you want to write time and date, you even have that stuff of time and date. Fine, we can just go ahead with the webinar and see live webinar. And if it is a free webinar, somewhere you can write this live webinar on the top, something like this. Okay, arrange it beautifully. And if you want to add some labels, contact, whom to contact about this, you can even grab those stuffs very beautifully. Fine. Okay, this is the way you can just fill up your content, fill up your pages with. Fine, free webinar. And then any label content, you will get hundreds of content. I mean, you won't have the space left when you just go and look for the content, because content will be given by your client. They'll tell you this much of content should be added into your design. Then you will have to add so much stuff. So remember that content is too much. You will just get it within seconds. So if you add this label, you can just make sure you're designing it perfectly. And then if you want to add whom you are going to contact to, what are the information, something like this, you can arrange and add. Now, what is left out? Left out thing is nothing but colors. Colors is important. So colors, where are you going to get the colors from? Go ahead with the designing color palettes. In the color palettes, you're just going to arrange whatever colors you want. Select whatever colors you want. So here, this looks more classier. Okay, something like this. Even this looks good. Whichever things that you do not require, please delete that. Fine, delete that. It's just the stuff that we have added. You can just flip it over, flip vertical. Okay, if you want to add some stuff here and there, like labeling the things up, something like that, you can add it so beautifully. Fine. For example, the contact information, the meeting ID, and something like that you want to add. The meeting ID, you can add it here. All the contact information, you can add it inside this. So create the labels in different ways, different formats, and then be done with the designing using the different coloring. Colorize your design and convert your designs into the beautiful stuff. That's all. So this is one way of creating the stuff. Fine. Okay. Delete the content that are not necessary. Fine. Delete the content that are not necessary. Unnecessary stuffs, do not put it in your design. No need of putting any unnecessary stuff in the design. Fine. Okay. Make sure the design looks very perfect with whatever you're creating. Fine. Webinar on. If you want to make this center aligned, align it at the center itself. Designing Islamic flyers. This also looks good. Then course information should be given. All of the textual content should be filled here. That's all. Textual content is your key to fill up with your webinar flyer. Okay, one final service flyer. Come on. We're going to start ahead with something called as graphic designing service. Okay, graphic designing service, because that is a key to begin with. Why are you going to start with the graphic designing service flyers? Because you are going to provide the service as a for your clients, inshallah, in the future. So you're going to go ahead with the graphic designing service. And here, dear sisters and brothers, if you want to change these backgrounds, white, you don't want white backgrounds, you want something else, then you can even select those backgrounds, red background, something like that. Whichever you wish to, you can go and select. Okay? So in this way, for example, for this one, I'll show you. For service flyer, let's begin. Bismillah. Come on, begin. This is important thing. Everyone must do this together with me. Stop every work. Stop every work. Come on. Stop every work. We are doing this together. Fine? Okay. So any backgrounds, whichever you are interested in. If you want blue background, red background, red backgrounds, whatever backgrounds, whichever color you like, go ahead with that. Red background. I just want to select the red background for now because this just came to my mind that I can do this stuff beautifully. Okay, I'll just take this one. It is too reddish, no problem. Let me just select this. It looks good. I'll just add it on the background. Fine. Now, we'll just go ahead with the text. We'll see, we'll take some beautiful text. I'll take this one, okay? Okay, now I'll group this and group, done. Come on, do this together with me. This must be done. Everyone must do this, okay? Graphic designing. Okay, we're going to go ahead with graphic designing service flyer, fine? So we'll just add graphic designing in this manner. In this, I'll write service. Please do this along with me. This is important. This you have to have in hand until the end of the course or after the course, because this one is a key to start providing your services to your clients. Okay, so let's do this together. Graphic designing service. Okay, what are we doing here? We are going to give the service to the clients. We're going to mention our own names, our own what we say services that we can provide for our clients. Whichever you want, you can take combinations. I just took this because it was available in hand. That's all. Change it to whatever you wish to, and add your own logo. If you are affiliated with any of the institute, then you can add your institute logo. Or I told you, generate your own self logo. Self logos, like something like I told you already. Something like your name. Okay, your name you can just generate. For example, images, Canva, I'll show you some of it. Something like the name of the person. You can have your own names designed in the logo format. Okay, we have had some of the students or logos being generated. I'll just show you with that itself. Yes, sir. Okay, so this was with the student, Salva Rasul. Okay, so I will just add that logo. Okay, you can generate your own logos with your own names. Salva Rasul presents graphic designing services or provides or wants to provide or something like that you can mention. Or you can just mention this over here, that's all. Okay, and then you can mention all your graphics, whatever you have created till now. You can write all the graphics here and there. What I'll do, I'll just add the frames. I'll add the beautiful frames. Let me just go ahead with the frames. Okay, please do this along with me. Even if you cannot do this with me, you have to do this after the class and send it to me, because this is an important thing that you all must be doing. Fine. So see here, dual thing you can even take this dual stuff here. You can duplicate this. You can place this dual stuff here. Duplicate this. Place this dual stuff here. Okay, so that you can add all of the designs like logos, whatever you have created till now, you have to add it inside this. Something like this, I'll add to the page. See here, what am I doing? I'm just adding whatever I have created in this page so that you can show this to your clients. Fine. Okay, 5 to 6 designs I've added to the page. Now I'll just add it one by one inside the book. One, this book, this side, left side of this, on this side. Okay, let it be the images format. Remember, JPG format will go well inside the frames. Okay, so all the designs that you have created, you can add it inside. Fine. So there are so many designs that you can create. You can add all of this as student produced. MashaAllah. And just add it inside. Hopefully you know how to add it inside, right? It's quite easy to add it inside the frame. They just have to send it inside it. That's all. Put it inside it. Done. Delete the stuffs that are not required. Okay, this is an important thing. I want you all to do it. Okay, now you're just adding a simple one-liner. Let me add a text box. One-liner, I already told you. Make use of the ChatGPT and get a one-liner. You just have to write one-liner for graphic designing service. Okay, so it will be like your vision, my passion, your vision. I mean, or you can write it as your, what we say, your ideas, my work, or something like that. My visual content or something like that. Your vision, my passion. Let it be vision, my passion, our passion. If it is together, then it would be my passion. If you are just writing it for yourself, then just write it as a my passion. Okay, one graphic designing service flyer is must for everyone here, dear sisters and brothers. You must submit it because this is very important. This is how you're going to start to earn, inshallah ta'ala, after the course with your graphic designing flyers. And make sure you're selecting the beautiful flyers. Okay, if you want, I'll share with you some of the flyers for the graphic designing service, which you can copy and go ahead with. Okay, narrow. Let it be some narrow kind of font. I usually prefer using the narrow fonts to write the one-liners. Fine. Select some narrow fonting. Okay, even this vertical serif looks good. Your vision, my passion. This also looks good. Even for service, we can have a narrow format. Like this. Yes. If we take this as a narrow, even that would have gone to be a bit more narrower. Graphic designing. So we can even select something different for that. Okay, something like this if you wish to. It's all up to you how you want to arrange the things into. Fine. Graphic designing service. Your vision, my passion. Okay, one-liner. Make sure you're arranging a beautiful one-liner. Okay, so first thing that you have to include, your sisters and brothers, is your services. What are you going to provide your services with? Our services. You know, this was very beautifully generated by our clients, by our students from previous batches. Our services. Add some beautiful services. Let me add this here. Okay, then what more? Why chooses you can write. Why chooses. You know, some of the key stuff that you have to write in the why chooses is that you're going to, okay, one important thing that whenever you're going to provide the service to your clients, you must be aware that you have to make sure that you have to give them hundreds of revisions. Revision is nothing but whenever they ask you to change the content from there to there, something like that, then you have to be able to do that. Fine. So that is called as revision. So why chooses, you can just write that point also. Our services, under our services, you can mention some of the services. Okay, what are the services? What are the skills that you have learned in the course? Please tell me till now. Logo designing. Yes? Logo designing. What more? What did you learn? Mockup creation. Okay? 3D logos. 3D logos. Come on, I just want you all to fill this with whatever we will learn in upcoming sessions as well. Okay? 3D logos. Logo designing. Okay, make sure alignment is perfect. Please make sure the alignment is perfect. We'll do have to have a left alignment because it should be going well there. And also, it's all capitalized. I have to change the capital. How to change the capital? We have to just click on this capital to small letters. Or if it is not giving me the small letters, I can just go ahead with some other fonting, right? Yes, small letters is done. Logo designing. What more did we learn? Can you all please type in? Quranic flyers, Quranic recitation videos, social media graphics we have done, right? Quranic flyers, social media graphics. Come on, type in social media graphics. Hopefully, you're doing this along with me because this is an important stuff that you all have to create for yourselves, inshallah. Social media graphics. Okay, what more? You can even add what all of the stuff that we'll be creating inshallah in the future. The business graphics, the business cards, the Quranic flyers, the brochures, the wedding invitations, and eye-catching flyers or something like that. You can mention. All of it should be mentioned, dear sisters and brothers. Leave a space there if you want to have an underline here. You can underline the art services as well. Okay, this looks very stunning, right? So you can now change if you don't like this one, we'll change it to something that is good to go with. Okay. We can even add something like this, add to the page, some 3D kind of view, and then we'll add it inside a frame, round frame. Okay, make sure you're doing it faster. Hopefully you all know by now that you all can do this stuff so easily, but with a bit of what we say, with a bit of, yes, fastening up your pace. Okay, so in this way you can add the flyer stuff. You can even add the color, border weight, watercolor, white color if you want, grayish color if you want, something like this. EDU-SITE presents graphic designing service, your vision, my passion, or our passion. Why chooses? Make sure you're duplicating the stuffs and adding it here. And now, what are you going to add here? I can provide multiple revisions. Multiple revisions. We will be providing affordable. It's affordable. Okay. The second point would be affordable, affordability, affordable, quality designs, quality service, and what more? You can just write whatever you wish to. Multiple revisions, affordable pricing, quality service, and what we say, faster delivery. Remember, delivery should be very fast. Faster delivery, faster delivery, faster. Okay, faster delivery. Fine. So this is one of the service flyer that we have generated. Now you can just write, get your designs done now and something like that. All of the labels to be added, hurry up, some stuffs like that if you want to add, if you want to give some discount of something like that, discount, you can write discount, early bird discount if you have something like that, you can even cover up over there. Okay, let's see what are the stuffs that you can add here. Okay, any discount kind of, okay, this is looks good. So we'll just go ahead with something else. Special discount if you want to add, you can add it. Okay, special discount. And if there is something I like early bird, then they will have a special discount. So we'll just write early bird offer. We all early bird special. At that time, we can just write this stuff here. We can write it white. Then there is a special discount for an early bird. Okay. Then we can just write. We can even add some labels. Hurry up if you want. Hurry up, you have a special discount. Then you can even take hurry up there. Okay, this hurry up symbol is also good. You can change the colors to the white later. Hurry up if you want. I'll just add it here. And then get your designs done. Get your designs now, and you can just write the this one, what we say, contact information, where you're going to contact. Make sure you're writing your own contact number inside it, dear sisters and brothers. You have to write your own contact number. So get your designs now. You can just write it like this, duplicate this, place it here, and blacken it up. Get your designs. Okay, I'm doing it at a faster pace so that you can cover up most of the topics, dear sisters and brothers. Okay, sit back after the session, please, and cover it up so that you will learn it to an extent that you will know that I have designed everything. I can design anything now, and you can start working for the client soon after the course. So this is the way we want to work with, so that you can learn all of the topics together with me, all of the topics of designing, inshallah ta'ala. Early bird special discount. You can even write, or you can even have something like the round. You can just write round stuff. See, all something like this can be taken and added here. Okay, instead of this, we'll add it white. Okay, something like this. Early bird discount, special discount. You can type here, or you can rotate this up. You can flip it over, flip horizontal, flip vertical. Okay, this looks different. So we can just flip horizontal, flip vertical. Okay, I can just write it if you want to with the label. Okay, early bird special is over. Then at last, you are going to write your name. Remember that, and also your contact number. You have to write your own contact number. And now today itself, if you want, you can send this over on the WhatsApp, on your WhatsApp stories, WhatsApp statuses, and make sure that you are designing one service flyer for yourself and you are exhibiting onto your what we say social media accounts. And from there, you can just start your service from now itself, dear sisters and brothers, because you have a pro application in hand. Come on, just begin with it. Do not set back, dear sisters and brothers. If you have an Instagram pages wherein you have created the designs and put up, you can even mention those Instagram pages here and there. And come on, this is how you create your own service flyer. Graphic designing service flyer, your vision, my passion. And this is the label. This is a logo wherein you just write your logo, presents graphic designing service, one liner, and then this is the stuff that you all can include. Hopefully you have done this together with me, inshallah ta'ala. If not, stay back after the session, do this, complete this, and till the end of the course you have this. Okay, you are going to add more services here, and end of the course you're going to submit this flyer to me. Fine. If you want some arrow marks, you can take some arrows, beautiful arrows. You can take it from the graphic. Take this arrow if you wish to. Your this services if you want to see. Get your designs made now. Something like this if you want to add. Okay, you can add the arrows as well. And make it more creative. Fine, if you want more beautiful arrows. Not this one. All of these flyers, you can just get it designed on which contact number you can mention that, and it's done. So alhamdulillah, we are done with one course flyer, two course flyer, one webinar flyer, two course flyers, one tutoring flyer, one again the tutoring flyer, two tutoring flyers, one webinar flyer, one service flyer, and alhamdulillah, in this way you can do different service flyers as well. You can do it for the what we say laundry service flyer. We had students who had created laundry service flyers. They had their own laundry business, and someone with the what we say there was a business support service. Okay, recently in the last batch a student had made it for the business support service, and few of these different services were put up in alhamdulillah. So dear sisters and brothers, this is how you start creating your own graphics, your own courses, your own in your own formats, and just look into the designs. This is all created by us. Within 1 hour we have created how many flyers? 6 flyers, 7 flyers together, subhanallah. No, 6 flyers, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 flyers together we have created, dear sisters and brothers. And alhamdulillah, we are done so beautifully. Now just the textual content remains. That's all. So these are the flyers that we have created. These are the flyers that you all can create together, inshallah ta'ala. So make sure you're doing it after the session. Stay back after the sessions and create it. Just learn to create this, because after you learn these things, inshallah, you will know how to, what we say, how to customize anything and everything and create it for any client. Whoever has asked for you to create, you can create it without any hesitation. Okay, inshallah ta'ala. So work on these flyers and inshallah create stuffs beautifully. Jazakumullah khairan kaseer. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Tomorrow's class is ideal for students and teachers, inshallah. Make sure you all are available. Make sure you all are present, inshallah. So take care of yourselves, dear sisters and brothers. One graphic design service flyer is must. It should be sent after the session, okay? Inshallah. So jazakumullah khairan. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Subhanakallahumma bihamdika nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilaik. Assalamu alaikum.